Hello, live long and prosper, everyone. Hi, and welcome to our last game of the day. My name is Yeldar, my pronouns are he, him, and I will be your holodeck operator or game master for Star Trek Adventures today. And we're playing an adventure called A Cure Worse Than the Disease, which is kind of thematic for the charity we're doing today. So let us introduce our players, I guess. Who wants to go first?
I can go first. Hi, I'm Blue. You can find me online as Sanguis Blue. And for this game specifically, I am playing Commander Linaris Loss, First Officer, and I will apologize now that I do not have a commanding officer hoodie on. So, I don't have that one. My bad.
How dare.
I
We
know.
can forgive you for that one time.
You're wearing the original era colors.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Ignore the com badge. That's definitely TNG.
Shh, nobody needs to know.
Cool. Uh, Anyone else wants to go next?
Yeah. Oh, go.
You go first. Don't worry about it.
Sorry. I'm Bree. I am here on behalf of Fumblefolks. So I'm Fumblefolks in the chat. So I'll say hi. And I'll be playing Lieutenant Deprell tonight. It's exciting.
Nice.
That just leaves me. Hi, I'm Ezra. I'm saw a show or a variation of that on most of my socials, and I'm playing Lieutenant Hal Dell, the chief engineer today.
Nice. Yeah, thanks everyone. And Bree, you probably meant I'm fascinated. You're Vulcan. You're not supposed to be excited. Well,
True.
we'll allow that. All right. So yeah, the game will be around 3 hours. We'll have a bit of a break in the middle. Don't forget to donate to our good cause, and you can donate to purchase some goodies and other things for our players. You can purchase a point of momentum that can allow them to buy additional dice or do some other cool things, or a point of determination, which will allow them to get an automatic crit success or a re-roll of the whole dice pool. You can give them threat, which is for me to make their lives more difficult. Um, and advantage will give them a -1 to difficulty, or disadvantage will give them +1 to difficulty. I think that's everything. But you can see the full list in the link that I don't have, but you probably do. Okay, so if we are all good, then we will go ahead and engage warp speed. So usually this is where you start hearing the Star Trek theme, but for legal reasons, we will just imagine that you're hearing the Star Trek theme and space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship USS Magellan. Its continuous mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. Star Trek Adventures, episode A Cure was worse than the disease. Your ship, USS Magellan Galaxy class, is approaching the Fosterian system and the planet Fosterian 2. Um, you see a planet surrounded by a large ring on your view screen. And now our acting captain, Commander Loss, will read us the captain's log. Commander, if you will.
Let's hope my mic doesn't cut out halfway through this. Captain's log. Stardate 44215.5. We've received a distress signal from the planetary government of Fostarian 2, a Class M world boasting a major population of humanoids. The automated message, recorded by a planetary regent named Tresta Sermaline, asked for urgent help in responding to a virulent plague sweeping the planet. The Fostarians are known to be a technologically advanced race, though they follow a strict policy of isolation I can't say that, isolationism, making this plea for off-world help highly irregular. We've set course and intend to render aid if possible.
Great. Thank you, Commander. So you're approaching Fostarian 2. And you, as I said, you see the planet ring does not look natural or any natural planetary ring that you've seen before. What would you like to do?
Is everyone on the bridge at the moment?
Yes, the bridge crew is engaged. The helm assumed stationary orbit. Sensors are ready. So, Commander, you can make your orders.
Okay, as we come in then, and we get visuals on the planet, I'll just turn to the helm and just say, can we get a scan of the planet's surface, please?
Great. The scanner is engaged, and Lieutenant Tuprell, as a science officer, you can make a reason science test at difficulty 1, or Lieutenant Dell can do reason engineering, or you can help each other. And someone will need to roll for the ship that will roll sensors and science. I remind you that the main character that is rolling rolls by default two d20s. If you wish to buy more, that will be 1 momentum of threat for the first one, 2 for the second, and 3 for the third one. Difficulty is 1. That means that you need at least 1 success, and any more successes than that will give you momentum. Right now we have 0 momentum and 6 threat. So, who would like to do the scan?
I'm happy to go ahead and do that scan.
Okay.
Go for it.
Yes, so you can make a test of reason and engineering. And who will roll for the ship? Okay. No volunteers. Commander Loss, why don't you roll for the ship then? Do you see the ship in your screen? Should say USS Magellan. And the roll is exactly the same. Sensors, science, and perform task. For the ship, you roll just 1. After we make the main roll.
What was it? Sensors and science?
Yes. So the chief engineer will make the main roll first. Reason plus engineering. 2 dice by default. And now, please remember your focuses. If any focus applies to the situation, you can tell me, and then you can click the box that says focus. Okay, 2 successes, and
hey.
Commander for the ship.
Do I need to add any focus or anything to this, considering it's the ship?
Ship doesn't. Yeah, ship doesn't have focuses, so you just roll the
It's just
stats
metal.
with just with one d20. Nope. Can you please reroll with one? Slide to the one. Great. You have three successes, which gives you a 2 momentum, which you can use to get extra information from me. I will give you the default information, and then if you have more questions or would like to know more, you can buy more information for 1 piece of momentum. There are talents that will allow you to do more. So pay attention to your talents. So the sensors engage, and what you see is that the rings are composed of massive sheets of duranium composite alloy on the outside, while the inner surface features rows of photonic crystals that bombard the planet's surface with continuous low-level wave of gamma radiation.
Yikes. That doesn't look good at all.
Is that normal for this planet?
You're the scientist.
I will tell you now whether it's normal for this planet.
Would you like
I will
to?
trust you on this one.
Would you like to enhance the sensors to know more?
Yes, what does that entail?
That entails you spending 1 momentum.
Oh,
We have to.
I remind you that you can have up to 6 momentum at one point, and with every shifting scene, I will take 1 momentum from your pool. So you will not be able to hoard your momentum. And generally in 2d20 system, the good tactic is to spend momentum to gain momentum. So
okay,
feel
let's
free
do
to.
that. Shall we do that? Let's spend 1.
Okay, so
Let's
I
do it.
am taking 1 momentum point, and you are enhancing sensors. And you see that the interior of the ring contains numerous compartments and life signs, so it is inhabited.
Okay.
So the ring is artificial, composed of duranium alloy with crystals inside that bombard the surface with radiation. And there are people inside of the ring. And as you know, you were summoned here by distress call to help these people with an ongoing plague. As you know, you would know that this system is in the Federation database from a long time, but there was no contact after the initial one. So the database may contain some information about this planet.
Can we try and contact the planet?
Sure. So when you contact the planet, you send a hail, and on screen, you see a woman, a humanoid woman dressed in what looks like a very formal suit. She says, "My name is Regent Tress Zameline. Please, thank you so much for coming to our aid and answering our distress call. I know that our civilization was not very hospitable in the past, and we had no prior contact. So I really appreciate you being here."
Do you have any further information for us about this current plague?
Sorry, I forgot to say that someone gave us a point of threat. So the situation
already.
The first donation is a threat. Oh boy.
Okay. I will think of a good reason to spend it. Regent Zamblin says, "Yes, of course. What would you like? What would you like to know? There's a lot of information. If you, we can continue this conversation. You're invited to our palace, where we can talk. You can come to the surface."
If you have any of that information on file, I'd appreciate it if you sent it our way before we came to the surface.
Bree, you now have an advantage for your next roll.
Thank you.
So remember that. Yeah, and Regent Dameline says, of course, I am sending the coordinates to your ship. So how would you, you may assemble your away team and tell me how you travel there by via transporter or are you taking a shuttle?
I mean, I did ask them for information about the plague first, so that
Okay.
we don't just land on a planet with a plague without any
Yes,
knowledge.
absolutely
Yeah.
destroyed.
And a lot of radiation.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yes. The regent says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm being hasty. Of course, you want to know about the plague. Well, we don't know a lot. Our civilization was almost decimated by a similar plague with similar symptoms centuries ago, and it almost destroyed us. We were able to, you know, battle it via bombarding our planet with radiation from the ring, which unfortunately destroyed our biosphere. However, it also helped to suppress the virus. So for several centuries, we were, able to live our lives. But now, looks like the virus has mutated or something else. I'm not a scientist. I'm a politician, but the plague is quickly spreading. The symptoms are very serious. The people are suffering. Right now, the continent where the capital city is located is quarantined, and the capital city is quarantined. So there is no infection here, rest assured. But it is just a matter of months, if not days. This is a very urgent situation. Our scientists are struggling.
We noticed when we scanned the planet that radiation is currently quite high. Is it lower than it normally is?
Yes, and we have another advantage in your pool. So, Bree, you have one, and then you all have one in your pool, and someone also bought you a tribble. So there's a small fluffy tribble napping on the center console, and just making these purring noises.
Oh my god.
Now, excuse me, what was your question?
Concern. The question was whether so when we scanned the planet, we had high radiation coming from the ring, but they're saying that they use the radiation to suppress the plague. If the plague is coming back up, does that mean that the radiation that we're scanning is lower than it normally is for them?
No. And Regent Emily says it seems like this mutation has made the new virus, resistant to the radiation. So we don't know what to do. The remedy that saved us for centuries is no longer working. I can introduce you to our scientists and to my advisor here on the surface. If you have any more questions, of course, feel free to ask.
Yes,
How are you?
we'll be sending an away team to meet with your scientists shortly.
Thank you so much. Bree, you had a question?
How do your bodies cope with such radiation?
We constantly have to take anti-radiation medication, and if we need to go outside, we have to wear anti-radiation suits. Our cities, and you can see that on the screen too, that the cities are covered in big domes, and the rest of the surface of the planet is completely dead.
Oh. Fascinating. I would like to learn more. I would like to learn more. Captain, can we go?
Still acting captain, but yes.
You're my captain.
I advise to go in a shuttle rather than being down. We don't know how much we're going to need to take with us.
Well, mechanically, you have 3 members of the crew. You can tell me if you take any additional personnel with you.
Nah, all right, thanks. I'm gonna stay on the ship. Just a player for me. I'm good.
Sounds like
I'm
now
out.
we have 2
I'm kidding.
Oh my
2
goodness.
advantages and 1 more trouble. Where is that trouble now?
Where is that
Can
triple?
we take it with us, please?
It's on the shuttle.
Let's go.
On the shuttle.
It's on the shuttle.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you are taking the shuttle, and there is a tribble on the.
I'm gonna go down to
The
try and
hell?
get rid of a plague and instead infest it with dribble.
I mean, you know what? If I had to
Have
take Deathly Plague
instead.
or
The amount of
infested
trouble
with
is
tribbles,
alarming. Yes. Yeah.
But it's okay because they're on 2 separate ships now. We're good.
Just split them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Commander, am I understanding that you're taking your science officer, doctor, chief medical officer, and your chief engineer with you? Are you taking any additional personnel?
I would like an assistant to do everything
Yeah.
I don't want to do.
That would
Okay.
be nice.
the tribble is your
That
assistant.
will, I believe,
A
that
triple.
costs you 2 momentum, which you don't have. You can give me 2 threats instead.
Never mind, I'll do it all myself.
Yeah, you can of course
Perhaps
you
not.
can of course call them in later.
Okay.
if you do have more shuttles and you have transporters.
Okay.
But yeah, who's piloting the shuttle?
Ooh,
Nope.
Good question.
I will not make you roll for that. I'm just for fun.
Oh, okay. I was like, do I have that?
Am I good at piloting ships?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to assume I'm good at piloting ships. I'm a Bajoran. Of course I am.
Yeah, that is con.
I have
Yeah.
full faith in you, acting captain.
Okay.
I think Loss will pilot the ship, but also before we get onto the shuttle, I think she would turn to Prel and just be like, and do we need to take anything so that we don't get radiation sickness?
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, I'll take the meds and the suits.
Okay. So
That we have
to know what dosage you need to be able to resist this radiation, please make me a reason plus medicine task with a
they're
difficulty
gonna
of 1.
Say that again,
Reminder to-
sorry.
Reason plus medicine task with a difficulty of 1. And you can see if you have focuses that apply, and you can buy additional dice. You have 1 momentum, and you can give me additional threat if you want more. You need 1 success.
Virology?
Virology, not in this case. You're talking about
Surgery.
radiation.
I hope nothing's
Um,
blowing up just yet.
I don't think so. No.
Not yet, no.
Sorry.
You don't think so?
Murder mystery
Okay.
stories. I feel this will apply.
No, unfortunately, no. Yeah, so none of you. Okay.
Is that right?
Well, you made it. 2 successes. I give you 1 momentum for that, and Dr. Tuprel is able to get synthesize the right medication for to resist the radiation and inoculate the away team.
Good.
And
Seemed
you're
quite
good to go.
important. That was good.
And as Commander Loss mans the helm, you fly down to the surface of the planet, approaching the coordinates that you were shared, and this hatch opens in the dome, allowing you inside, and you land on a landing pod near the regent's palace. And you are led inside the palace to meet the regent. And as we go into the next scene, I am taking 1 momentum from you. Inside, you see Regent Zamaline and another woman, tall, serious-looking very sharply dressed, with her. And Regent says, "Thank you for coming here. I know that this is highly dangerous, but I do welcome you. Uh, we should be clear from the infection here. This palace is quarantined, and so if you please follow me. Um, as you go, you see the expansive hall under a clear dome, and looking skywards to the dome, there is a massive artificial ring towering overhead. There is an orbital tether shaking down from the underside of the ring, connecting to the planet's surface somewhere nearby. Regent Zameline, her face is hidden behind a radiation visor, decorated with intricate gold design. She leads you inside and she says, "Thank you for your willingness to help again. And please meet my senior advisor. This is Valastra Tlayson, the CEO of the Immuti Corp." And we do get another tribble and a lot of tribbles. So this is an alarming situation, and Commander gets a message from the ship saying, "Commander, we are having an influx of tribbles from somewhere," and you do have one momentum.
How many triples is that now?
Yeah, how many triples is that now? We should have a triple
That
count.
is.
I was about to start counting.
3 triples, yes.
Three, okay.
Multiplying, yeah. So yeah, the regent introduces you to the CEO of Immuticorp, Valastra Tlayson, who nods seriously. And the regent continues. Well, we have already 2 continents of our planet fully experiencing the outbreak of the plague. It very closely resembles now what we call the Outlander virus that we were able to eradicate centuries ago with the help of our ring. Looks like the history is repeating itself. It's spreading fast to every continent, and it could wipe out millions in a matter of weeks. So we can really use your help. The last here, her corporation is of course working hard. Her scientists on staff are working hard, and I'm sure together you can find something. The CEO stays silent the whole time.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are it has a very short incubation period, and in fact, it pretty much immediately starts showing symptoms such as high fever, skin discoloration, intense pain, roughly in about a day after they start getting weaker, and the fever and pain intensifies until it depends, but sometimes people last days, sometimes more, but eventually it is lethal.
It's very serious.
Yes, that is why we had to call you here. You may know that we are very isolated people. We did not like to, be in contact with any of our neighbor civilizations. But right now, we just have no choice.
We started work on a vaccine.
Yes, the Muticorp been working on it, but they are having trouble. And the CEO chimes in. Well, this is of course temporary. I am fully confident in my corporation's scientific staff. They're highly trained, the best of the best of all the Fostarian too, and I am sure we will eventually get the cure done, with or without help of these Outlanders. So, Regent, I hate to doubt your decision here, but are you sure you want to do this? You do remember that the initial plague was started because of Outlanders. I don't mean any disrespect here, of course, but the same.
And I also mean no disrespect when I say you need help. I would like to help.
Regent nods to
Please
that and
show
says,
me where to go.
Velastra, yes. This is my decision. I thought hard on it. I consulted with the parliament, and it's. I don't think we have any choice. It's been a long time, and your scientists seem to be stalled. I'm sorry. I trust you, but we have to do this. So, if you can work with with the Federation people here, I will be very grateful to you. You see that the CEO, she tightens her jaw and says, I understand the urgency, Regent, but again, I don't know if we can trust these Outlanders. We know nothing about them. Um, we've been insular for centuries for a reason. We were almost destroyed because of Outlanders. So, and I'm telling you, we have all the technology necessary. We have all the knowledge necessary. We have all the funding necessary to do this work. We don't know their methods. Their scientific methods could be vastly different from ours. It can just delay us. So maybe we should reconsider this.
It looks to
You can.
me like you're working on a very short time here, and any help you can get will be useful to you. Now, you're saying that your previous play came from Outlanders, and it sounds like you're not able to fix this one on your own. If we weren't here, then there'd be no one here to help anyway.
She looks at you. She kind of like looks you up and down, and says, I hear you, Commander, and again, with all due respect, this is my people too. My staff, the employees of the Immunicorp are Fostarians. We are patriots. We are working hard. My scientists are working around the clock with no leave, and I am fully confident in their ability. You can see that the regent is getting uncomfortable. You can make me a let me see. You can make me a presence and command role if you want to use diplomacy, and I believe, Commander, you have a focus that applies here. So that will be. I will spend 2 threat to make it a difficulty 2. That means that CEO kind of digs in. So you will need 2 successes. Would you like to add more dice to your roll?
Okay, so presence and command.
Yes. You need to tell me if you want to add more before you roll.
I have diplomacy.
Yes.
So I guess I can add that in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can either focus.
Yeah.
Oh, and you do have advantage, right? So, I guess I will use 2 more threat to bump it up to 2 again.
That's a lot of threat.
That's a lot of threat. Well, we were given a lot of threat.
So am I rolling
Yes.
extra
So
die with the focus, or?
So focus will give you generally the crit is rolled on 1 on any dice. That will give you 2 successes. If you have a focus, your critical range basically expands to whatever your discipline is. So that means if you roll from 1 to 5, you will get a crit. You still have just 2 dice, so you can risk it and roll, or you can spend momentum and buy more.
How many momentum do we have at the moment?
You have 2 momentum at the moment. You can buy 1 die for 1 momentum. You can buy 2 by spending either 2 momentum on 1 threat, or 1 momentum and 2 threat.
I'll just use 1 momentum, just because I don't want to push too hard, because I feel like there's a lot that they're not revealing yet, and we need to just get in first.
Okay. Yeah. So
This
you
is
can
fair.
add 1 dice to your roll.
Okay.
And yeah, you can make roll. Great, you get 3 successes, which means you get your momentum back. So what do you say as this diplomacy move?
It'll be something along the lines of, we're all working together to get to the same result. We don't need to be in your hair for long. We're just here to help you.
There's a pause, and the regent says in a quiet voice, Velastra, please, I'm asking you as a friend, not as a regent. We need to do this. I know you're proud and you're confident in your scientists, but we really do need this. And eventually the CEO nods and says, very well. If you follow me, I will lead us to the elevator and we will go up to the ring and I'll show you our labs. Unless you have any more questions to the regent, of course.
No, straight to the labs is good.
Great. I am taking away another momentum from you as we switch to a different scene, and this is where you would hear da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. And so the CEO Clayson leads you into a large laboratory filled with advanced scientific instruments and computers. There's an enormous window taking up an entire wall of the lab, granting a sweeping view of the planet below. Armed security guards stand watch at all the lab's entrances, and a handful of technicians work at several of the computer consoles. You see 3 Fosterians clad in hospital gowns. They are on cots placed behind a shimmering force field. The 3 Fosterians look very ill. And we do have another tribble and another advantage. What's going on with these tribbles? When you return to the ship, you will have to...
Triples be tripling!
Yeah. So right now we have 1 advantage in the main pool and 1 advantage for our chief medical officer still stashed. So please do remember that. And CEO says, yes, this is our main lab. You can talk to my scientists. We do have, as you see, volunteers here who, graciously volunteered to give us an opportunity to study the virus in action, let's say. And we have more tribbles. This is what, 6 tribbles? Commander, you keep hearing. Commander, this is Magellan. Not to worry, but we do have a situation here. Tribbles seem to be multiplying. We have this under control. We are engaging extra safety and trying to confine tribbles to limited quarters. But please carry on.
She'll tap her comm badge and just be like, Lieutenant, I believe you have this under control, right?
We do. Don't worry. Don't worry. We have. Hey! Get the tribble! Get the tribble!
Everything's fine, right?
Seems to be fine. The CEO looks at you as if like, okay.
Without a word, I'm gonna go and speak to the scientists.
Mm-hmm. They greet you, say their names. There's several scientists in white gowns. Some of them are working on consoles. Some are taking samples from the the volunteers and looking at microscopes, and they are happy to answer your questions.
You can questions here.
You can see that the infected Fosterians. You see an elderly man, a middle-aged woman, and a young boy, equivalent of a human, say 11, 12 years old. They all seem to be suffering from high fever and pain. They're moaning and lapsing in and out of consciousness. Some nurses are attending to them. They are behind the force field.
Were they infected at the same time? These three?
Roughly same time. We did try to get samples of every stage of infection and different um, different genders, different ages, just to see how the body reacts and how the virus reacts. So far, we're getting some information, but we're moving very slow.
What information do you have?
Yeah, you can take a look at the computer. The CEO says, "Well, I will leave you here to work. I will be in my office if you need anything."
Thank
She
you.
leaves. The door is closed. Yeah. So what you can see from the preliminary data that they have is basically it is a virus that travels through air, infects most humanoid species via respiration. So it's an airborne virus. It is highly contagious, and the symptoms match what the region told you. Very fast incubation period, high fever, pain, and skin discoloration with very high progression in symptoms to the fatal levels. Right now, the ill are given painkillers and just anti-fever medication. They're analog of ibuprofen, which helps a little just to ease their suffering, but it does nothing to the virus.
Does the information about this virus match with the previous one?
You will have to do some tests for that.
In which case, that question went to T'Pel. That was a direct in-character question.
I will check.
Okay. So, what would you like to do? How would you like to research this virus?
Are there any data on the previous?
Yes, the data on the previous virus is shared with you.
Yep.
You can download it to your to your tricorder. So if you'd like to, yes, go ahead.
How similar is it? Yeah.
So you can start to examine that by first isolating the virus from the carriers, which will give you a live sample. That will require a reason plus medicine task with difficulty of 2. Someone can assist you with a reason and science role of their own.
I also have virology.
That will apply, yes. You do have 1 momentum right now, and I could use more. And you do have your own advantage, which will bump down the. We'd like to use it now.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So let's say that you've studied similar viruses extensively, and this is in your expertise. So you're confident, which brings the difficulty down to 1. So it is still the same role, reason plus medicine, and someone else can assist you with reason and science. The assisting person will roll second and will roll only 1 die.
I would love to assist with that.
Great. So, doctor, you can make a roll.
I roll 2 dice. Yeah.
Great.
Oh.
1 success. And Lieutenant Dell?
Is that rolling 2 dice at?
You roll only 1 die.
Oh, 1 dice.
Yeah.
There we go.
Great. So,
Okay.
with the help of your chief engineer, who um, helps you, calibrate the sensors,
Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop.
uh, you're able to sequence the DNA structure of the virus and compare it to the data given you from the old virus. Again, you have one momentum, which you can. Oh, that will give you one extra momentum. Apologies. You can use those momentum to ask me more questions, of course. So you do see that again, the virus is contagious, fast-acting, potentially fatal for virtually all mammalian humanoid species, which is most of the galaxy's species, including all of you. Um, and it is similar to the virus that Tuprel will know as Ankylos fever, virulent disease that is capable of wiping out millions in matter of days. So it's a very similar virus with a different one that you're familiar with. Would you like to know more?
Yes.
Okay.
So how did the radiation kill the previous virus, and why
Well,
is it working on this one?
okay. So the radiation, the gamma radiation, is highly uh, toxic to living tissue, and it just it just kills all living organisms, including
Yeah.
viruses. However, it seems that this virus naturally evolved and mutated to have this extra shell that protects it from gamma radiation.
Huh. Great.
That is not good.
No. Um, do they have a vaccine for the one that you said that I know that's similar?
They, as in
Facility.
Fosterians, or in as in Federation.
Like, is there?
Okay.
Yeah. Is there a
Federation, because
virus?
it's the Ancillus fever that they're referring to.
Mhm. Okay. You asking me more questions, so I will take your last momentum.
Sorry.
Yes, you do know how to make the antiviral for the Ankylos fever and vaccine. However, these materials are very difficult to synthesize. But again, it should, in theory, the original virus, the Outlander virus, as they call it, does not seem that complicated to you, and it should respond to just the generic antiviral medication that the Federation possesses.
Okay.
Yeah, that might not be the case for the new virus, though.
That super rare stuff that we need for the cure wouldn't happen to be made of like ground up tribbles, would it?
No, nothing
That's a bit
like
mean.
that.
Oh.
I know we got 6 of them, but that's a bit mean.
Well, there'll be 12 by the time we get the next comms update.
This is true.
Okay.
I think during the time that T'Pral is doing a lot of doctor stuff, I think
Yeah.
I think Loss would just, as an aside to the Lieutenant Dell, just be like, "It's an interesting facility that they've got here. I wonder what the schematics of the place are like. I wonder how big it is, what kind of things they have going on in here."
I would be interested to check that out. Is there a way for me to, for Lieutenant Dell to, like, kind of try and get an idea of the kind of technology that they've got at this facility?
Yeah, when you try to access the schematics from the computer, you can see that they are, you know, encrypted, and the you know one of the assistants says, "Oh, this is a proprietary information." So corporation really is really very careful about their knowledge.
Okay, okay. Do you have any information that is available to me about the kind of facility you've got here, or am I just left in the dark a little
What would you like to know?
bit? What kind of technology have you been using to try and make a vaccine for this virus?
We have another threat. Okay,
Oh,
so thanks everyone for giving me so much threat. This is and so many troubles. I don't know what to do with them,
Yeah,
but we'll find out.
help! Do with some momentum, maybe, please.
Okay. Uh, well, and one of the chief scientists says, "Well, we've been really, truth be told, we don't know what to do. We don't have the technology, and given that we didn't even have the vaccine for the original Outlander virus, we don't even know where to start."
I see. So you're in a bit of a bad spot here. Is there anything that I can, just from like looking around, can I kind of gauge the level of their technology without like actually looking into specifics? Is it like
It is, yeah.
broken down, falling to pieces, or does it look like relatively put together?
No, it's very good. It's a well maintained lab with high tech equipment. Given their level of development, Fosterians are work capable species, not as developed as the main members of the Federation, but you know probably comparable to what Federation was 200-300 years ago. So they are warp capable. They have they have space flight. They have other things. They haven't developed replicators yet, but they do have good technology. Technology is, of course, you know all private. They are a capitalist society.
Right.
So my lab is better. That's what you're saying.
Of course, that is without question.
Good.
Cool. Doesn't look like they're very. I'd like. Dell sort of turns back to the acting captain and says, "Doesn't look like they're terribly well equipped to deal with this kind of outbreak. They have good technology, but it's not good enough."
Yeah, the way their CAO was talking about it earlier, it sounded like they were overworking their staff to try and deal with it, but at the same time weren't really going anywhere.
Yes, I don't think they have the capabilities of making the kind of vaccine that they need. I'm not a scientist by any means, but I'll leave the science to our chief scientist.
Uh-oh.
Okay. In which case, she'll turn it around and speak. Doctor, any progress?
I have found out some information. Tell you everything I've just learned. So you said there are antivirals that exist to treat a similar virus.
The virus similar in DNA structure to the original Outlander virus, but
Yeah.
not the mutated new one. You can probably start by comparing the DNA structure and see what exactly makes this virus resistant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be again a reason plus science, or reason plus medicine with a difficulty of let's make this exciting and make it a difficulty of 4.
Oh god.
And I believe you do have one advantage in your pool.
Okay.
So that's, I guess, bumps it down um, to 3.
And virology.
Virology, of course, applies. If Lieutenant Dahl or Commander Loss assisting, they can take a look if anything they have applies.
Do you have anything?
If you do a science roll, I can probably assist to a decent standard.
You don't have to roll the same stats. You can just tell me how exactly you're helping, and I will tell you what stats you use for that.
Cool. Can I assist with a science roll then?
Of course.
I'm not a scientist, Captain, but I'm gonna do some science.
I'm
not a scientist, but my science is as good as my engineering is.
You're,
a 5.
Oh, you're a second.
you are all Starfleet personnel. You are good at science.
It's
Let's
fine.
go.
She sussed you as soon as you said it. She was like, "Yeah, you are."
Yeah, she kind of looked at me like, "What are you on about?" And I'm like,
Yeah. Mm.
"I don't know."
Lieutenant Dell.
Is
Make
that
your
a
assist roll.
one die?
Yeah. Mhm. And I do remind you that you are. That is. Oh. Wow, that's very high.
So high. What?
I swear I'm good at science.
Yeah, you do. You remind you that you are a joined trill. That means you have a symbiote inside of you with several centuries worth of knowledge, which is reflected how to use that in your talent.
Yeah.
But you do have 3 successes, which unfortunately does not give you extra momentum, but you do succeed.
Way.
So Lieutenants Tuprel and Dell, run. Scan the DNA structure of both viruses, run some calculations on their tricorders, and you do find some information, but also more questions. So again, it appears that the current strain developed naturally through natural selection, so it became resistant to radiation. However, you also find that the genomic data containing in the Unicorp computers, for some reason, does not contain several key genetic sequences that you have to develop a vaccine.
What does that mean?
That means that they have gaps in their data.
Gaps
Okay,
in
so
their knowledge.
there's gaps in the data, not gaps in the
Yes.
sequencing of the
Mhm.
DNA.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is
I
not
was like,
your
wait, there's missing DNA.
your tricorders are working. You're 100% sure that you did everything correctly, but the data you've been given is incomplete.
The information that the doctor is getting and going through, can they see where it comes from? Like, are there certain subjects that have been tested for these things, or is it just like a generic across the board sampling?
Can you clarify?
So when we came in, we saw what, 2 people, 3 people in beds.
Yes.
Behind behind a
the
force field.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And obviously we know that a lot of people are sick. The information that the doctor is going through, is this just from those 3 people, or is it a wider research?
So yeah, there is of course samples from the wider population. You did get the live samples yourself, so you're pretty sure that you have what you need from the new virus. The data that is missing is from the old virus scans. And conspicuously, the parts that are missing are exactly parts that you need to be able to create a vaccine.
Sus.
Yeah, very sus.
Definitely suspicious.
Okay. I think that I am going to leave them to continue doing their research. And I'm going to go take a wander to see how far or where I can get in this facility without anyone really noticing that I'm in the wrong place.
Sneak 100.
Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that like security slash like person in control thing where you just walk around with enough confidence that everyone assumes that you're
Okay.
supposed to be there.
Just walk around with a ladder. No one will question it.
Okay.
Yeah, like I've
that
got a
will be
clipboard
And
and a
like a
high
hard
vis.
hat.
Yeah.
okay.
High vis.
So
Everything's
I will have you roll control security. You can use your composure focus for that, and that will be difficulty 2.
It's like the scientists and the engineer just turn around like, where the fuck did the captain go?
Again.
Oh, we lost the captain again.
Well, this is why I'm the first officer, not actually the captain.
Well, but Jorans, do.
It's just kind of our thing.
fine.
Just
Captain!
get into places we're not meant to
Captain!
be.
Captain!
Okay, so
Mhm.
2 dice, 1
Mhm.
focus, yeah?
Yes. Mhm.
Hey.
You haven't failed a single roll this game. I need to be more,
Despite the amount of threats you used on that one
Yeah,
roll.
it's that Starfleet
Yes, I
Riz.
know.
Knocking on
Like
wood
the
for
chat.
that.
But you're also not earning any momentum. So
Oh,
you put that
That's okay.
you put that Bajoran commander face as in I know what I'm doing. I I have the right to be here and don't question me. So the security just they don't question you and they just stand at attention. Where are you going?
I just kind of want to scope the place out.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm aware that the CEO has gone into their office.
Right.
So if I can get near there and see if I can overhear anything. But also I just kind of want to check out the facility to see
Mhm.
why there's clearly sabotage to this information. Like how and why. And I'm just scoping it out to see if there's like anything suspicious that I can spot as I'm wandering around.
Great. So you wander around and you see a few more labs where scientists are working on different projects. You find, facilities where they're, raising crops and synthesizing food for the population on the planet, since the biosphere cannot sustain life. You find living quarters. You find, just recreational quarters where, cafeterias. You find the consoles that control the radiation flow. You find the lift that goes to the surface. Some, management offices. You don't, at least right now, you can't see any hints on why anything would be concealed. Everything seems to be working just perfectly. You know, it's a very well managed corporation.
Okay. They're doing a good cover up. Got it.
Yes, if you want to approach the CEO's office, you're doing it discreetly and trying to.
Yes.
Okay, so you're trying to stay invisible and just listen in.
Yep.
I will make you roll a. I'll make you have the same roll, control and security, with difficulty. I don't remember if you had any advantages left or not. You used 3, 2 from the pool and 2 for Bree, 1 for Bree, right? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so I am doing two things here. First of all, I'm using the last of my threat to bump it to difficulty 4, and I will increase the complication level to 3. That means that the complication will happen on a roll of 20, 19, and 18 because you are doing something that you're not supposed to do, and there's security everywhere.
Excellent.
So since you don't have momentum, you can offer me threat for additional dice. You also have your determination, which you can use to buy an extra die that automatically rolls a success. If you use your determination, which you have 1 right now, you can you do it if one of your values applies to the situation.
Okay. Well, there's 2. One is the thrill of discovery, and I'm snooping. But the other one is true liberation for all species,
Great.
which I feel like in this instance, if they are actively trying to stop the ability to heal these people, then that's stopping their people from progressing and being free.
Sure, that applies. So you may use your determination. So you have options either to buy an automatic crit or to save it and re-roll your roll. You can also use a threat, of course, so you can combine those. Do you want to use it for a crit?
Sure.
Of course. Then click the determination checkbox as you roll. And I think you need to add +1 there. We'll see. I don't remember if it works that way in the system. Oh, and make a complication range 3, please. There.
Okay. I'm using focus as well.
Okay.
It could either be composure, survival, or guerrilla tactics. I feel they're all kind of applicable to being sneaky. So is that 2 dice total?
That is 2 dice total, unless you want to give me threat, and someone actually gave me threat. Thank you.
I've just got another one.
Oh no.
The viewers seem to really like you.
Guys, please.
You're drowning in troubles and threat.
Okay.
Would you like to purchase to give me more threat?
What does that do?
That will allow you to buy additional dice. You can buy 1 for 1, 2 for 3, and
1 for 1.
1 for 1. Great. So you can roll. You can add +1 to your die. Great, 6 successes. This is what you do with determination, Commander. Commander.
This is why
Ross,
you're the acting cactus.
Yeah, you have seen the suffering of the Bajoran people, and you will not allow that to happen again to anyone in the galaxy. So I will give you 2 momentum.
Fuck you, Cardassians.
So you sneak around as you used to do during the guerrilla wars with Cardassian occupation. You have a little flashback there, and
sprinkling a little bit of trauma.
Yeah. And as you used to gather intel on the Cardassian movement, you listen in at the door to the CEO at Cleyson's office. You hear muffled sounds that you can hear. What do you mean you don't know where they went? I told him to look. I told you to keep an eye on them. We cannot allow them just wander here. You know what's at stake, right? You know what is at stake here. Go find that commander. We need to be focused here. We need to be focused. The regent she won't listen to me, so we need to. So we're on our own. We're on our own here, and we need to protect our shareholder value. You know, this is the most important thing right now. And the conversation continues in that direction.
Capitalism strikes again.
God
It does
damn it.
indeed. Okay. So while Commander Loss is doing that, are our doctor and chief engineer doing anything else?
Can I try and like snoop around in their systems a little bit?
I was gonna say, can you
See if
do
I can
that?
see if I can find if they're hiding this bit of like data strand anywhere.
Is it there
DNA.
somewhere?
Sure, you would like
Is
to
it-
hack their
yeah.
computers. That's what
Yes.
you're saying. Okay, you can give me a reason. No, let's make a daring engineering roll because you're trying to do something dangerous here. Daring engineering roll with a difficulty of well, let's make it 3. I'm feeling using this thread.
Oh.
And the complication range will be 2.
Can I
And
try
of
and
course,
distract anyone that might be like,
got my back.
looking in?
so
Yeah.
you want to assist by distracting, right?
I want to
Yeah.
know what a Vulcan distraction looks like.
Okay, yeah, how does it look like? Tell
An
us.
intense amount of information at one poor person. And
Just info dumping on some random person.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
really
exactly.
intensely.
Yeah. Like I'll go into
Oh, I love it.
like really deep sort of like science knowledge. That makes sense.
And giving
Yeah.
them lecture on Vulcan logic. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me see what you can do for that. I will have you roll presence, and you can do either science or medicine, depending on what kind of info dump you're doing.
Okay.
So yeah, make a roll first, and we'll see if we get an advantage for that. So
so
that will be a difficulty. Well, I'll be generous, 1.
you say present. Is that
Yeah, presence, and depending on what info dump you're doing, it will be medicine or
Okay.
science.
also is that perform a challenge or a task? It's a task, right?
It's a task, yes. Challenge is when you do different things. If you're fighting and things like that.
Cool.
Great, 2 successes. And the
That was
complication
almost
range.
2 ones, and I really appreciate that.
Yep. Well, that 1 saved you. Okay, so you do get 1 momentum for that. The scientists are fascinated and excuse me the pun, and you controlling them as a giant python controlling little mice.
Yeah, there are 2 wins here that they know more than they started. So
Yeah, some of them are
yeah.
taking notes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I suggested that.
Yes.
You're like, you take notes. Yeah.
You should take notes. Why
be my
aren't you
squad.
taking notes?
I love that.
Are you going to remember this? You should take notes.
Amazing.
This will come up in your exams.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Dell, you may make your roll with difficulty 2 now. Yes.
With okay, that complication range too.
That complication range stays because there might be firewalls. Yeah, but you have 3 momentum which you can utilize here.
I would love to utilize a momentum.
1, okay, so you may roll 3.
So I roll 3 at complication 2.
Complication range of 2. Let's see if you have any focuses.
I don't think any really apply to this.
No.
Cool. We'll roll that.
Wonderful. You actually get +1 momentum.
Let's go.
Yeah, so while Dr. Tuprel is, giving a lecture on, Vulcan virology. Just recent findings by the Vulcan Science Academy, which is far superior to that of the Starfleet. But the Lieutenant Dell, you are in. You say, "I am in." You must say,
I'm in.
You can't get in without that. Okay, so
I feel like
you're
I should be
looking.
whispering that to myself rather than announcing it to the
Yeah,
environment.
yeah.
I'm in.
Okay,
You do
so
it on
what
the
are you?
comms badge, and the ship's like, "What are you talking about?
I'm in. What? In where?
What?"
Somewhere.
Mhm, mhm. Okay, so what are you searching for? Are you searching for? You said it's something suspicious. Why the? Right.
Yeah, I'm looking for the missing DNA strands from the data that we just uncovered.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Uh, yes. You do find that they were deleted manually.
Deleted
Yes.
Oh no.
manually.
Mm-hmm. And they were manually deleted, of course, and you are able to retrieve them from the buffer.
Wait.
Would you like to find anything more? You do have free momentum.
Um,
When were they
could I?
deleted?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
When were they deleted?
That's a good question. How long ago were they deleted?
Hmm.
Looks like they were deleted prior, like a little after you the distress call was sent to the Federation.
Interesting.
Yes.
Um, so is that all of the data strands or the DNA strands that were missing?
You do find them, yes.
Cool. Can I also poke around and see if I can find any communications
Mhm.
between them and anyone else that might be interested in the
Mhm.
capitalism?
Might be interested. You mean on the surface?
Yeah,
I mean, it's a capitalist society, and they have, it's a
this is fair.
basically
Like,
monopoly. Yeah.
Okay.
So, can you clarify your question?
Uh, how do I word? I'm trying to figure out a
is it
word.
like, who would benefit?
Yeah,
from
that's the
this?
word. Benefit. Thank
Yeah.
you. You know what I
Okay.
you know what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
Brain is going blank. Ah.
Great. Okay, so I will take away one momentum. You do find additional information. First of all, of course, the ring was built by the Immunicorp. The initial decision to flood the planet with radiation was proposed by the Immunicorp scientists 200 years ago, and they've been holding monopoly in antiviral medication, in food production, and water decontamination since then. So it is a highly profitable business. And you find a list of major shareholders. Of course, the CEO, Gleason, owns a majority of stocks in the corporation. You do find some others from multiple major cities of the planet. Um, can you make me a reason and science roll with a difficulty of 1, please?
Yep.
Okay, so you do get information, but there is a complication
Yikes.
waiting for you.
Around the
for that.
corner.
Yeah, so you do
Confirmed.
find that all the major shareholders of the Immunicorp, none of them or any family members ever reported infection.
Uh-huh.
Even though some of the families lived in the cities affected by the plague. And when you find that, you see a firewall engaging, and
Uh-oh.
uh,
I'm
you've
out.
been intercepted. And one of the scientists, like, hey,
Uh,
what are you doing? This is proprietary information.
Are you not listening? Write this down.
Security, security.
There's nothing going. I'm like, shut it off. I'm like, there's nothing going on here. I don't know what you're talking about.
The security comes and looks at the console and says, Lady Tlayson, they seem to be snooping around in our computers. What should we do?
Oops.
Commander Loth, you hear from your vantage point. I'll be there in a minute. What do you do, Commander Loth?
I am going to the canteen. And I'm gonna go pick myself up a Ractogino, and if they don't have Ractogino, then something vaguely similar.
They don't have imported drinks, of course, but they do have a something similar to human coffee and Ractogino.
Okay.
Something that contains caffeine.
I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna meander my way back and pretend that that's what I was doing all along.
It's all part of the plan.
Yeah. So the security kind of tells Lieutenant Dell to step away. After a few minutes, you see the CEO waltz in through the entrance, and behind her is Commander Loss, casually carrying a mug of something steaming. And says, the CEO says, Lieutenant, have you achieved any progress? I've been warned that you stumbled upon some subsystems that are not related to our research. I understand that you may not know our operation systems. But...
Yes, I'm terribly sorry about that. I hadn't meant to intrude on any information I was not supposed to encounter. I was just simply seeing if I could figure out the patterns of the DNA and find a solution to your problem here.
Patterns of DNA. You have the volunteers here, the test subject. You have the data from our database. I don't understand what else you need.
It's just that I work better with computers than I do with people most of the time.
I see.
Unfortunately, we seem to have been missing some data. It was, of course, it was accidentally missing, but we have it now. We can make
You do.
Yeah, we can make the vaccine. We can make everybody better, and that's what you want.
Of course. That's why you're here. Yes. Yeah, our sequencing technology was not part to what you have in the Federation, of course. So perhaps something was deleted accidentally. Systems
accidentally,
are buggy, of course.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you were able to retrieve those. What they say about the Federation scientists is true. I see. You're highly competent. We can talk about a independent contract. You could work for us as a contractor if you want. We do have great benefits.
Interesting.
After that, she's like, "Oh, one moment. I believe I get a call from the surface that might be of interest to you." She retrieves a device that looks like a communicator and says, "This is the last replacement." You hear Regent's voice. Velastra, can I please talk to the commander and the rest of the crew of the Magellan? Commander, I hope your research is going well. We do require some more assistance. We have an emergency situation here on the surface. And we don't really have the people right now, and I can't think of anyone else.
Of course, we'll be there right away.
Thank you. I am sending coordinates to to the shuttle. They will bring you there.
Thank you.
The CEO looks at you. Well, seems like you'll be having a break. Great. So I hope, you'll be able to pick up after you return. If you need me, I'll be in my office. You know where to find me. And she leaves, and that is where we will take our break. Okay. So how long is the break? Is it 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 or 15, depends. It's up to you.
Okay. All right. So right now we have my clock says 1:57 p.m. So let's reconvene at my time 2:07 and whatever hour is it?
10 minutes.
Yeah,
10
that
minutes.
works.
Okay, great.
Cool, yeah.
Welcome back to the Roll for Good stream where we're playing Star Trek Adventures episode "The Cure Worse Than the Disease," and all the donations are going to the Doctors Without Borders. So we've been getting a lot of threat and a lot of tribbles. So I do have a plan for those tribbles. Stay tuned.
Oh, no.
As I'm taking away your last momentum as we're shifting scenes. You are led to the shuttle to go to the surface. As you are going there, Commander, you're hearing from on the communicator from your security officer, a very very stoic Andorian says, "Commander, the situation is under control. I think we were able to quarantine all the tribbles. Hey, stop petting that blasted thing. So don't worry about us. We should be fine." So while in the shuttle, you're given some information. The regent says, "Thank you for doing this extra thing. I know you've been really busy researching that virus, but we do have a situation, and I just don't have the people right now. We have a water treatment facility near the city of Peldrinar, one of the major cities in the eastern province, and unfortunately, it seems to be broken. We do rely on water treatment facilities for all drinkable water, and right now the clean water is in short supplies. The people there in Pelden are starting to drink irradiated water. We are on the verge of panic. I don't want to add more to our plate right now. They're already stressed because of the virus. So if you can help us and fix what's going on there, I will be very grateful.
I was
You're
going
flying.
to talk to you actually, Regent, about the fact that you no longer need the radiation ring.
No, we don't. But
Well, no.
that has been suppressing the virus for centuries.
And now it isn't working because the virus has adapted. So maybe it's worth stopping the radiation.
Interesting. I will consult with my advisors. Velastra assured me that we do need to keep it going, just to because the risk of us having two pandemics at the same time is just too much.
You're friends with Velastra, yes?
She's been my trusted advisor for decades now.
And there's no competition for that role?
There is, of course, but she is the CEO of one of the major corporations in our world, and that means something. You don't just become a CEO if you're not smart enough to hold that role. And traditionally, the CEO of the Muticorp holds the seat in the parliament. It's been like that for generations.
Right. It's just it came up in our research into this current pandemic and the previous one that it was this company that suggested the ring in the first place.
Of course, yeah, they are. We are very grateful to them.
And it's this company that is currently in control of all of the water supply and deradiating everything.
Yes, they are. They really were saviors of our people.
And so, if, for example, you were to take away the ring that they set up and then the work that they would need to do on all of the irradiated water and food supplies, they would maybe be low on work.
I'm not sure what you're implying, Commander. I'm sure, there's still all the everyone who works in the Immudicorp are still the Fostarian citizens. We live on the same world. I would never even think of such things.
Well, that's why we're here to think of them for you.
Well, I'm very grateful. The pilot says we are approaching Peldrinar, and the shuttle lands just outside the where is this? Just outside of the sorry, just outside of the city walls. You see you have a couple of guards with you, just standing guard at the near the shuttle. So in front of you, you see this water treatment facility. There are several industrial buildings near a reservoir that form the water treatment complex just outside the city of Pelvinar. The complex appears to be abandoned, and you can see that the huge pumps that used to purify the irradiated water are silent and motionless. There is a big logo of the Immudicorp stylized illustration of the planet surrounded by a thick ring emblazed. It's emblazoned on all of the buildings. Just first thing you see is the logo of the corporation, so you always know who's in charge here. And you can see that the water treatment plant is not currently working. If you can't see it, you might want to reload your computers. Do you see the map?
Yeah.
Okay. Just reload the page.
Yeah, I have.
The,
It's not. It's not working.
Okay, you can watch from my shared screen and
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah. The guards say we'll be here. They're saying that there's a number of civilians in this just inside. They're on the verge of panic, and they heard that the Outlanders are here. So we'll send guard, but you might want to hurry.
I guess then this is a job for Lieutenant Dell.
Hi.
Okay, Tindell, what are you going to do?
Oh. What is the? Sorry, I'm not caught up. What is the current plan?
So you are, you landed just outside the walls of the city. You are looking at the water treatment plant. You can see that it is abandoned and unoperational. The guards told you that there is a bit of a panic among the population of the city, and the situation might escalate.
Okay. Can I have a look at the plant to see if there's anything I can do to get it up and running again?
Of course. You approach the plant, and you can proceed with a scan of the complex just to see what happens. and you can do that with a reason and science task with a difficulty 2. You don't have any momentum, and I don't have any threat.
Cool. Here we go.
Great. Yeah, so you start. You take a tricorder out. You start scanning the complex just to see what's going on. As you do that, you hear you're getting the data on your screen of your tricorder, and you hear incoming. The civilians. Civilians breach the wall, and you can see the number of civilians approaching from both sides. They are unarmed. They look stressed and malnourished. They look at you with desperation in their eyes, and they start approaching you. Please, please take us. Please take us with you. Please, please, we can't do this anymore. Please, and they start just like clinging onto you, just like grabbing your suit and just pleading, please, please take us with you. Please take us to your starship. We're dying here. We're dying.
We're gonna do what we can, but we can't take you with us. I'm sorry.
We're doing what we can to fix the water plant for you now.
You can try to de-escalate the situation.
Yes, please.
With a roll of control and command. So I'm assuming the commander loss is doing the roll, and any one of you can assist. The difficulty will be 2. Okay. The assist. How are you assisting?
I would like to just say, please stand back. We are trying to fix this.
Okay. Sure. That will be for you. You can use as a control or presence with command. Although
yeah.
you do have a talent of doctor's orders.
Yeah, I believe I have a thing that instead of command I can use medicine. So I guess I'm saying, stand back.
Yes, you are very
well again.
Yeah, you are a very commanding Vulcan doctor, and you indeed may use medicine instead of command. So we'll first the commander will roll 2 dice by default. Okay. And oh wow, okay.
Nice.
And Dr.
Nice.
Prell, you may roll 1.
And I'm doing
control medicine.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Well, I guess the Vulcan logic does not work on them, but they get 2 momentum. They back down a bit. No, they're listening to the commander, just not to you. And they're like, you must help us. You must help us. We're all dying. We're all dying here. While you're doing that, Lieutenant Dell, you are scanning the water treatment facility. You can see that you located a central control room, and inside you can see that the pumps that channel water from the reservoir through a biomatter filter that neutralizes the radiation. So the water passes through that filter and becomes safe for consumption and goes through the pipes into the city water supply. However, you can see that the filter needs to be replaced. It's quite old, and you determine that the computer saw that the filter is no longer good to filter out all the radiation, and it just stopped everything because there was no staff here to do maintenance.
I'm gonna communicate this as best I can
Mhm.
amongst the people. The filter in his busted. It's stopped the treatment because of the because it's detected something's wrong with the system.
Are any of the workers to do with the company here?
The facility is abandoned.
Is the regent still with us?
Hi.
No, she's in the capital city.
Why has it been abandoned?
You asking who?
The
Or just a rhetorical
Universe.
question?
the universe as a whole.
Dear whatever higher power there is.
Yeah.
Dear Q, why are there no one here?
One of the civilians hears the question and says, "The Muticorp they usually maintain the facility, but they've been evacuated a while ago." Since the outbreak.
Evacuated.
Yes, they left because they said it's a hazard for their staff.
Interesting.
I imagine part of their quarantine.
They said that the quality is good enough to maintain the facility automatically, but we started drinking dirty water. My daughter is sick. Even the anti-radiation meds are not helping enough, and the virus. We just can't deal with this. Please, you must help us. You must help us.
We are.
Are
Dying.
any of you infected?
They look at each other and kind of just hesitate to answer. Some of them do look pale.
Oh.
Ah.
What a great Vulcan response. Oh.
I imagine T'Pral also has her eyebrow raised.
Yes, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lieutenant Dell, can you remove the previous filter?
I can certainly try.
Okay. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, do you think this has been left to break by itself, or if it has been sabotaged in any way?
Can I take a closer look at the scan to see if I can get any more information about that kind of stuff? Is there any?
Well, you
human
don't have
damage?
momentum. You can make another reason and engineering roll with difficulty of 1.
Sure thing.
Do we have 2 momentum? Does it say 2?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It says 2. Actually, no. Delay that order. I was looking at threat. Yeah.
You don't have
You
any
can-
momentum, but we do.
That is rare for me. So I'm
Let's go! Finally.
I'm caught off guard. Yes. My Q powers are suppressed. Anyway, you can use 1 momentum to get that information instead.
Yes, I would love to do that.
Okay. So you're trying to see if there was a deliberate sabotage or what?
Yeah.
It appears no. It was working, as it should. It's just because there was no staff here to, do the maintenance and replace the membrane. It just gave out eventually. It's a filter,
I see.
Almost the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's neglect.
Yeah.
It is neglect, yes. Yeah, but you do find, extra filters in the storage near the main chamber.
Cool. Can I try and replace the filter then?
Of course, that will be again reason or control plus engineering with a difficulty of 2.
Difficulty of 2. Okay.
I still have 1 momentum, and I have 0 strength, which makes me sad.
Oh no, he is sad.
You can give me some. And viewers can give me some too.
Please. I'm begging.
Okay.
In that case, I'll just roll straight.
You haven't. How is that possible? You haven't failed any rolls so far.
Let's go.
We're just a really great crew.
We're just so good at our jobs.
We're just so good.
Lieutenant Dell, did you hack my foundry?
Oh crap! I found out. I gotta go.
Anyway,
Run.
yeah. So the system is, well, it's not primitive, but it's simple enough that your engineering training from Starfleet is enough to just figure out what's going on, even though you don't know the language or the interfaces or anything. You do find the extra filter, you swap it out, and you press the button, and you hear the sound of the pumps working again. They start beating like a heart, just pumping water through the pipes. And Commander Loss and Lieutenant Terrell, you can see the pumps moving from outside, and you can see the civilians sigh in relief and look at you with gratitude. And they say, one of them who was talking to you before again approaches you and says, thank you for helping us, but you must take us with you, or just take my children, please. Just take them. I'm an old man. Just take my children. Take my family. I beg you.
Who's that
Cannot.
directed by?
You are infected.
You say that.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I have interrupted you then.
No.
Commander, were you saying something? Yeah.
Well,
Sorry.
I'm going to attempt an air of diplomacy, but
You should
then
do that
the
one
Vulcan
instead.
was just real literal. Instead,
sometimes you gotta be straight to the point. Maybe. I'm touching
Mhm.
straws.
I think I
Sorry.
think Commander Loss will put her hand on Capel's shoulder and speak to the people that they'd just spoken to and say, we're going to be coming at this from the top, and we're going to dismantle it so that you don't have to leave.
You may roll presence command. You can use your focus, of course, diplomacy. It is a difficulty of 2, and I am bumping up the complication level to 2 because of Terrell's words. You do
Oopsie.
still have 1 momentum.
Can I use any values?
No, you don't have. You've already spent your determination, unless any of you, the viewers, want to buy a point of determination for our commander. But you do have 1 momentum that you can use to buy 1 die. Or you can give me strat.
Let's just go. Oh!
I warned you. I tried.
This is the first fail.
Oh boy.
And a second complication. They once they hear
Yikes.
Trell, they don't even listen to
Oh
Oh,
commander.
no.
They start panicking, and they start like just swarming you from all sides, and
Oh, dear.
no, you have to take us, and they're they're just surrounding you. They're grabbing your arms and legs and everything. They're they're just hanging on you, like, please, no, don't abandon us. The security, you see, they're starting to take out weapons, but they hesitate to do anything because there's civilians. What are you going to do?
Good question.
Yeah.
Can I suggest we leave
Yes.
very swiftly?
Okay.
Leave.
You try to make your way to the shuttle.
Yeah.
Okay. Each one of you can give me a daring and security roll. Well, I'll have all three of you roll with. All right, so we do have another momentum point and another threat
Another trouble.
and another tribble.
Let's go.
All right, thank you, Kieran. Yeah, so I'll make each one of you make a daring security roll with a difficulty of 1.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I have defensive tactics.
Sure, that applies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
And the rest of you? Yikes. Okay.
Oh, what level of
all right.
complication was this?
That is, you rolled a 20. And Commander? Oh, that was Commander. Okay.
That was me.
What level of complication is it?
It's a standard. I'm being generous here.
Oh, great.
So generous.
No. Okay. So you, so Dr. Duprel and Engineer Dell are hooking it to the shuttle. Just trying to, they're fast and nimble enough to avoid hands grabbing you. People just trying to stand in your way.
Missing someone.
Yeah, Commander, you you try to kind of like please let go of me and make your way with your crew too. When you hear a hail from the ship says, Commander, I'm sorry to distract you, but they're still multiplying. Hold the line. You hear phasers shooting, and that is enough to distract you. That one of the civilians manages to just yank your EV suit just enough to tear a hole in it.
Oh shit!
But you do make it to the shuttle, and the security kind of holds them fast enough for the shuttle to take off, and you see them just from the surface just raising their hands and pleading, no, come back, don't abandon us. Yeah, and but your suit is torn.
Okay.
That is not good.
No.
Do I have capabilities to repair that at all?
Duct tape.
Sure. Yeah. Basically,
science tape.
I mean, that's what it's for.
the duct tape in space. You can make a daring and engineering roll with a difficulty of 1.
Okay, cool.
Do we have a way of working out if someone's infected yet?
Yeah.
Do we have a way to
scan
just...
you?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Your doctor can just scan you, and you gain 1 more momentum.
Ooh, momentum.
So the Lieutenant Dell patches up the suit pretty fast.
I got you. I got the highest quality duct tape known to man.
Starfleet tape.
Federation class duct tape.
Yeah. Galaxy class. Okay. Doctor, you can make a reason medicine roll with a difficulty of 1.
Yeah. Oh, I do have emergency medicine as well.
Well, you do have 2, so you are at max momentum right now.
Well, hey.
And you do find that Commander is unfortunately infected. They're not showing symptoms right now, but you do know that it's just a matter of hours at most.
Yeah.
We gotta
Well,
be
let's say,
quick.
well, Commander, you are infected. We need to make a vaccine, otherwise you will die in a few hours.
Those Vulcan bedside manners.
Yeah, that was actually really good for me.
Well, the silver lining, I suppose, is that it's trapped in here with me now. Now that you fixed the suit.
That is one way of looking at it.
Mm.
Silver linings.
I'd rather it didn't come to that, however.
Best
Okay.
it stays in there, though.
Yes,
Cool.
definitely.
I
And
know
I
the
think
feeling.
for now, maybe we don't mention this when we go back to the capital.
This is a good idea.
Okay. Are you returning to the ring or going to the capital? Like, what are you doing right now?
Wherever we can go to make a vaccine.
That would be either to the ring or back to your ship.
Ooh.
It might be better to go back to the ship to not alert them to the fact that we have the missing data strands that they have been trying to hide.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
I would suggest we beam you straight to sickbay. Quarantine.
Actually, I was thinking I might stay here.
Really?
Well, I'm already infected. I'm no help to you making a vaccine. That's your priority. And I need to talk to the regent about all of this mess.
Seems logical.
I guess so. Then we better be quick with making this vaccine.
Okay.
Really quick.
We have a way
So,
of we have a way of monitoring vital signs.
of course.
I'll keep doing that.
Yeah, so the shuttle takes Commander Lost to the capital while you two, I presume, you beam up.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Well, you're the Scotty.
Beam me up. Beam me up. Beam me up, Dell. Whatever you say, boss. Beep boop, beep boop.
You are beamed up.
That's so accurate.
So you see that you see a very stressed security officer who looks at you like, where's Commander? We have tribbles here.
The commander is still conversing with people down on the surface.
You let. I knew I should have gone with you. Anyway, take your stations. We need to hold the quarantine before tribbles just overrun everything here.
How many have we got? Dare I ask?
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
Well, let's just say that we had to secure one deck.
A whole deck.
Yes, the personnel was evacuated.
Oh, good God.
Exactly.
Okay, we need to be quick. Right.
So I'm taking away one momentum from you, and on the surface of the planet, Commander, you are led back to the regent's palace. But who meets you is not Regent Sameline, but the CEO Clayson. She says, Commander, I would like to talk to you if you have a minute.
Of course.
How's your progress in finding the cure?
Well, we were briefly stopped to go sort out your water facilities that you deserted.
Well, the Muti Corps really values the safety of our personnel, so we evacuated them as that was the procedure.
Unfortunately, that does mean, though, that the water and food supplies to the rest of the planet are now in short supply.
we are taking measures to compensate that. But again, allow me to repeat my question. How's your research going?
Seems to be going fairly well, other than various complications. We are hoping to be able to make a vaccine on the ship.
On the ship, on your ship. I see.
Well,
Well,
because you don't have all of the parts that we would necessarily need to make a vaccine.
of course, that's reasonable. Commander, well, from the whole of the Humidicorp Corporation and the Fosterian people, thank you so much for your willingness to help us. Thank you so much for coming here. And I think your work here is done and you can leave.
Well, we haven't
We'll
made.
take it. Well, your research was, thorough enough. We'll take it from here. It will be a major, a morale boost for our people to know that the Fosterians were the ones who, came up with the treatment in the end.
Oh, of
Just
course.
for,
Of course, we're
Well-
willing to give you the recipe once it's made.
Well, we have it from here. You can go. There's no need. You can go take care of your Starfleet business. I don't know what you do there. We took too much of your time already. Thank you so much. My people will escort you to the shuttle.
I feel like there's a real conversation we need to have.
Do we?
I feel like a lot of the things that you're saying are hidden.
I see. Well, sure, Commander. She comes closer. Let me be blunt with you.
Please.
How much?
How much honesty?
What? No. I mean, what could we offer you for you to leave? We're a major corporation. We have resources. Do you want dilithium?
Tell you what. If we're going to have negotiations, how about we go and get comfortable, have a drink, talk this over properly, shall we?
Well, I like to do business, straight and fast. Oh my god! And you hear from the com, they're multiplying, and that's a triple, breach of quarantine.
Oh god.
The CEO kind of stops and it's like, okay, anyway, we will even waive the licensing fee, and you can use the research for free. You realize, this intellectual property is very, very expensive. So just take it and go.
Where is the threat here?
This thread. I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're talking about. I'm offering you resource. I'm offering you dilithium. I'm offering you. I don't know. Do you want a share of stocks in the company? I can arrange that.
You seem to be threatened by our very presence here.
That what you're implying is insulting, Commander. But do we have a deal?
You're trying to kick us out the door before we've even started.
I see. Well, I was hoping you'd see reason. The stories say that the Federation is, very reasonable, but I can see that you are not willing to do good business. Very well. If you don't know a good deal when you see one, it appears I'll have to take some measures, more direct measures here. Please have a good day, Commander. I must go, and she leaves.
In what direction is she going?
She's going out, this from the chamber that you were in.
Okay.
And at this moment, on the ship, this the security team was able to catch the loose tribble and add it to the containment. Like, where are they coming from?
I don't know.
And but you suddenly hear an alert from the bridge, and Commander, you hear your communicator chime again. Commander, not to add problems here, but something just detached from the ring. A part of the ring just detached, turned into looks like a ship, and it's on intercept course. Your orders
Intercept course to where?
to us.
Right. Red alert, shields up.
We could really use you here, Commander. Shall we beam you up?
Yes.
And in a moment, you are beamed up to your captain's chair, and
Quarantine.
at the same moment, you hear "Meep, meep, meep," red alert, shields up. Shields immediately go up. I'm taking away one momentum from you, and what we see is this. Oh, nope, that's not it. So this is, you are in the orbit of the planet, and a ship is approaching you, and we are going to engage in ship combat.
Yeah.
The way ship combat works is you, or any combat, you have zones here. Each zone you can move from one to another using your move action. The initiative works in this way: the players go first. You choose which character goes, and on the ship, that is the same. Your characters are taking certain stations, and they using those stations to make ship do something. Like the con can make evasive maneuvers, weapons can shoot, engage shields and things like that. Then after one of you goes, the order goes to your opponents, then to you, then to opponents, until we run out of characters, and then round two starts. The actions that you can take in ship combat are you can make evasive maneuvers, of course. You have phasers and you have photon torpedoes. So you can attack, and give me one moment. This is the part of the system that I know the least, because we usually don't get to the ship combat.
We're doing it, you guys.
We're doing Star Trek things.
Yeah.
We're doing a Star
Okay.
Trek.
Yeah. So
Yippee!
so the distance is of course, this contact is when you're basically docked to each other. There is close range. That means you are in the same zone, which you are right now. Medium range is within adjacent zones, so it would be something like this, right? Long range is 2 zones away. Extreme range is beyond that. Your weapons have different range. You can take a look at the ship character sheet. So yeah, so you can do that. Then basically, the actions you can take. You have a minor action and a major action. Minor action is interact with some kind of console or something. Change positions. That means you're moving from one station to another. Prepare something that some tasks will need more time to prepare. You can raise or lower shields, and you can do minor repairs. Major action task will be basically You can spend a point of determination. You can spend 2 momentum again to attempt. Basically, if your attack succeeds and you want to retain that momentum, you can give me 2 momentum and make another turn, basically, which will increase the difficulty by 1, but you have 2 turns in 1 round. The commanding officer can take leadership, and you can give a command to one of your crew, and you roll your command action, and that character can immediately do something that you ordered them, and your roll counts as an assist. You can assist someone, of course. You can create an advantage by using momentum or determination that will lower your difficulty. You can pass the turn. You can and then of course we have different positions. So Helm can do evasive maneuvers, can try to go to warp, can ram, can do an attack pattern to make the attack more successful. The sensor operations, they can scan the ship for weaknesses and things like that. The weapons, of course, can shoot. They can raise and lower shields. When you shoot, you can tell me which deck you are targeting. For example, you can say we're targeting drive, or we're targeting weapons, and the damage will go there. Or you can just say we're just shooting, and then it hits the random deck. If the damage is high enough that penetrates the shields, you will have a breach in that system that will make it more difficult to use that system. Enough breaches, and the ship will need to be abandoned. Any questions? Okay. So you see that the Fosterian ship is approaching and raiding weapons. What would you like to do?
Have they already put shields up on?
Yes, your first order was, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. They're so efficient.
So which stations are your crew taking right now?
Good question. Where would you like to go, crew?
What are the options?
The options are helm, weapons, sensors, navigation. You probably will need weapons for sure, of course. Probably helm too, since you need to, if you want to move around. If you want to engage other systems, you can use an action to just run from one system to another.
Can I use my defensive tactics in any way?
Depends what you're doing.
Like,
so
yeah,
this is your turn. So your choice of who will go and what are you doing? When you move between zones, as you see, like right now you're in orbit, so you have some, let's say, words. Sorry. Protection. You can use a planet as a protection from incoming fire. When you move around different zones, they will have different effects on the situation.
I think the Commander Lost is just going to say, scan the Fosterian ship. We need to know what we're facing.
Okay. So you're engaging sensors. You know what? Since there's just 3 of you, I will just suspend the whole running from system to system thing. We'll just do that.
There's only 3 people on this entire Galaxy class ship.
Right.
What happened to the other guy who kept reporting about the?
Got eaten by tribbles.
Oh no! No!
He's not dead. He's just covered in tribbles.
He's just been consumed into the quarantine deck of tribbles.
Yeah.
Okay. The officer who is manning the sensors can make me a reason science roll with difficulty 2, and someone will need to roll for the ship
I'll
as
roll the
a
senses.
sensor. You can use sensor science or sensor security.
Is that a complication 2 roll, did you say?
No, difficulty 2 roll, yes. So the ship will be assisting with 1.
I hit the wrong push to talk key, my bad.
It's all right.
There we go.
Okay. Does anyone want to make a roll for the ship?
Yeah. It's sensors and science, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled 2. My bad.
That's okay. I'll allow it. Well, I'm just going to count the first one, which did not give you a success. But you do have enough to succeed in the task. You engage the sensors and you're scanning the ship. It does have shields. They are. Let me see what your ship has. Shields are comparable to yours. It's a smaller ship, just a scale 3. Your scale is 6, so it's twice as small as your ship. It has some kind of torpedoes and some kind of energy weapons similar to your phasers. It seems to have good defenses, but maybe not so good weapons. Okay, so while you're scanning the ship, and they are approaching and they are engaging, and they will make an attack.
Is there a way to intercept?
Well, you've
Fire.
you've already used your turn now. You can take advantage and give me 2 momentum to do another task.
Oh no, I was just wondering if that is something that can happen.
You can make evasive maneuvers, yes.
That's fine.
Mhm. Okay, so with 1 success, they engage their pulse cannons, and they do not do. They fail to penetrate your shields. Turn goes to you.
I mean, on one hand, I could hail them and be like, hey, what are you doing? But on the other hand, they've already shot at us, and I'm pretty sure I know who it is. So.
You can give them like one last chance. Like, come on, dudes, let's not do this.
They're not very good at negotiating. I don't think they're gonna do
that. We are like twice. We're twice as big as you. We're a Federation ship. Don't be dumb. Like, yeah.
That's a fair shout. I should probably do that. You're right.
I'm not doing that because that went
Okay.
really badly last time.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna speak.
This is
Yeah,
fair.
no, I'll.
I'm
Yeah,
going back to the lab.
hail the ship.
Hail the ship. Okay. They do respond, but don't say anything. Preparing their weapons again.
Oh
And
boy.
yeah, I'll just equivalently say what
Mhm.
Bree just said about, look, you're outmanned, outgunned. This is a silly fight. It's not worth it.
Okay, so you're trying to have them back down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You can make me a presence and security roll with a difficulty of 3. And You can tell me if you're using any focuses, any talents, any assist.
Can I use strong power?
Strong paw. What does that entail?
You have an unwavering faith in the prophets. Whenever you attempt a task to resist being coerced or threatened, you reduce the difficulty of that task by 1. And they are threatening us.
Sure. I think your face into the prophets guides you, and we'll lowering difficulty to 2.
Cool.
Yeah, being shot at generally counts as being threatened, I would say.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
I
fair.
Yeah, it feels right.
Yeah.
And then
You
guess-
do have 4 momentum.
I guess focus would be diplomacy.
Okay. Would you
So I'm
like
trying to be like, guys, please.
Guys, come on.
Would you like to use
You're better
momentum?
than this.
Yeah, 1.
1 momentum. Okay. Yeah, you can add 1 die. All right.
The dice do not like me anymore.
They
yeah.
don't.
Fortunately, viewers, does anyone want to buy determination for our commander here? No. You do have enough momentum to remove the complication right now.
I'll take it.
You'll take the complication.
Yeah.
Okay. Then.
Wow.
Okay. Then instead of answering, they just shoot at you again.
Cool.
Oh.
Well, shit.
Look,
Using-
I tampered down my Bajoran to be like, wait, I'm Starfleet. I should probably talk to them.
Probably.
Yeah.
It was the logical thing I could think of.
Yeah. So they miss. They miss again. I will. The complication will be your next roll will have +1 difficulty then. And your turn.
That's fine.
So you, 2 of your engineer and your commander have made a turn, and you have the doctor left. Doctor, what are you doing?
What could I do in this situation?
So you've got phasers, torpedoes, evasive maneuvers. We've already done a scan. You could do an attack pattern.
Yeah, you can make evasive maneuvers trying to get away and talk to them again. You have weapons. You have sensor sweep. You can do a sensor sweep. You have a tractor beam. Your weapons are you have a phaser array. You have photon torpedoes, and you have a tractor beam. Shields. So your shields are still full.
Should we fire at them?
We have a tractor beam?
Of course, you have a tractor beam.
The tractor beam
Mhm.
is pointless until they've been disabled. So
This is true.
they've shot twice at us now. We've tried diplomacy. Now we just need to show them that they're doing stupid stuff.
Well, it depends on the strength of tractor beam. It's if I remember correctly, in I don't remember which episode, but I think that you could try.
Until we've disabled their weapons, we'd just be putting a tractor beam on someone that can continue shooting us.
That is true
Yeah.
as well. Yes. Okay. So,
I think the best.
what is your action?
Yeah, I think we should fire at them then.
Okay.
Pew pew.
Pew, pew,
Are
pew.
you which are you targeting anything in particular?
Oh, I don't know.
Weapons, right?
Weapons.
Yeah.
Weapons?
Targeting their weapons.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So that will be control security. and the ship will roll weapons security. You have 2 momentum, and I have 0 threat.
And I'm
You still
rolling
have
that. Yeah.
you still have your determination unused.
Oh yeah. What is this? I'm not sure.
You
what this
can so determination allows you in situations where your values apply, you can buy an additional die that automatically rolls a crit, which gives you 2 successes right away.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I'll do that.
Okay,
Do
which value are you applying here?
So hesitation is as bad as inaction.
Seems seems applicable. Okay, you can so when you make a roll, you can click on the determination, and someone will need to roll for the ship. And you
Am I
still have
also
momentum.
using defensive tactics?
Sure. And you still have 2 momentum. Okay. That's 4 successes, and
Roll.
someone can roll for the ship. There will be weapons security, a
Oh, I
warning
got
die.
2 crits.
Wow, we have
Weapon
2. Yeah.
security.
Two crits.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Ah.
That's
Dice,
good.
the dice don't like me anymore.
I'll roll for the
Usual-
ship next time and see if
Yeah,
it goes a little bit
maybe.
better.
Maybe.
You're aiming weapons to their weapon system. Which weapons are you using? You have phasers. You can take a look. You have a phaser array, and you have photon torpedoes.
Do they have a specific range?
I mean, you are in close range right now. That you're
Yeah.
just on orbit. It doesn't really matter.
Which one's
Phasers
the-
are, of course, do more damage.
Yeah, I feel like the
Phasers
photon
then.
torpedoes.
So yeah, you
Okay.
can in the ship's sheet, you in the equipment, you can click on the icon to the right of the phaser array.
Am I doing this?
You can do it, or someone else can
I'm
do it.
cursed.
All right. Yeah. And what am I doing? Our own ship, and I'm clicking phases.
Yeah.
Oh geez.
Wow. How many
Whoa.
dice?
So many
All
dice.
right. Okay.
And 2 effects. Was it?
Yeah. To speed this up, I will. That is a big, quite a big hit. To speed this up, I will say that the phasers engage and hit precisely the weapon systems of the ship, disabling them immediately. In a longer game, we would go round by round and shoot at each other, but you are a Galaxy class starship, so I will say that you make a quick demonstration of why Starfleet is so powerful, and you are scientists and diplomats, but you do have T's. So you disable their weapons immediately, and they are basically stranded. And then they send a hail saying that they surrender. At this moment, you get another hail from the surface of the planet.
Okay, put it through.
You see Regent Zamaline, who looks shocked and angry, and she says, Commander Lost, please explain your actions. Why did you attack us?
Actually, we were defending ourselves.
Were you? Why would you defend yourself from us?
Because the Fosterian ship just came out and attacked us from the ring.
She takes a moment, mutes the call, and gives some orders, and
Please hold.
listens to something. She says,
Cute elevator music.
I see. I assure you, no such order was given. I apologize for this misunderstanding. I don't know what happened.
I believe I do. The order was given, just not by yourself.
I fail to understand what you're implying here.
Your CEO.
You mean Velastra?
Velastra has attempted to bribe me to leave your planet without a vaccine, and when I refused, has then proceeded to attack my ship.
You see her jaw tightens, and she says, "Oh, Velastra, why? She mutes the call again and makes a few orders, and she says, "She was here in the palace, but we can't see her anymore. It seems she has returned to the ring, and they're not responding to us."
They've gone rogue.
I am not intending on going anywhere, Regent. We will protect you. I will remind you that I have already spoken about this to you and tried to warn you. And I will remind you that she has a large workforce that she could potentially turn into a large army.
I can't send my troops there. She seems to have disengaged the lift. I have no choice, Commander, but again beg for your assistance.
We will give it.
And I'm truly sorry for the lack of hospitality you've seen from us. I assure you, I did not expect this. But please, if you can help us and bring Velastra to me and turn on the lift, I will be grateful to you.
We will do what we can. We are splitting our workforce at the moment, still working on this vaccine for you.
I'm truly grateful. We don't deserve your help, but please.
All civilizations deserve our help.
She just gravely nods and lowers her eyes in shame. Okay. So
when the screen goes and she goes off, I think the commander's gonna sit down for the first time. She's still wearing her like protective suit, and she's gonna look a little bit tired.
Okay.
How are you holding up over there, Commander?
Ask me again when we have a vaccine.
Fair enough.
Commander, please join me in sickbay.
As you go to sickbay, you see that the security team again has quarantined all the tribbles. There's like a big pile of furry.
So comfy. When did sickbay get so comfy?
Just ignore the pile of fluff in the corner. It's fine.
Yeah, and the nurses the nurses are running around like, we're trying to suppress their they're multiplying.
Morality.
Okay. Yeah, so you have all that you need right now. So it will be a simple reason medicine roll with a difficulty of 1. Because, this is just routine thing for
Let's go.
For Starfleet.
I'm doing reason medicine. Is that what?
Yes, and and you do have a focus in biology.
Yeah.
And you can, someone can roll for the ship, if you will. Oh,
Yeah.
you don't even need the ship here. So, yeah, so Dr. T'Prel is just laser focus. This is absolutely routine for you. You've done this, the first year at the academy. Just every ensign, every nurse in your sickbay could do this. So you quickly enter all the data.
A regular Tuesday.
Yeah, synthesize the cure. Immediately, it is given to the commander, and you immediately feel the fever, subsiding. You feel better immediately, and the nurses say we will, we will have the replicators work on the vaccines immediately.
I'll ask again. How are you holding up over there, Commander?
Yes. Thank you, Hannah. I'm good.
That's good to hear.
So the one task left for you is to get the lifts working in the ring and get a hold of the CEO.
Woo.
All right.
Okay. Well, when we go down, we're not going to take a shuttle, we'll just beam down. And I would like to take a security force with us.
Okay. I will take some momentum from you for that, and one for changing the scene. Yeah, so you beam down with security force there. How are you proceeding? They don't have shields enough to suppress your transporters, as they are not as developed. But you can see that that Slayson has locked herself in her office with security.
Point me towards the lifts that need fixing.
Okay. Yeah. So some of the very surprised staff quickly point you to the lift. You can make me a control engineering task with a difficulty of 2.
Control engineering difficulty 2.
Would you
Not
like to
12.
use,
Not 12.
Would you like to use momentum?
Yes.
All right. 1.
So that's 3 dice.
Yeah. You can buy 2 if you want.
Yeah, I'll just stick with 1.
Okay.
I have faith in the dice.
Okay. Yeah. You quickly gain control of their security systems, unlocking the doors and engaging the lift to the surface. And you can hear from the comm the region giving orders to her troops to immediately take control of the ring. With this, the securities are disabled, so it is very easy to open the doors, to pry open the doors, and you just waltz into Clayson's office with your team of yellow shirt security with blasters. Oh, the phasers. I'm sorry, I'm mixing up our universes. Phasers ready, and their security just, they understand that they can't do anything here. The CEO, she says, I don't understand why you do this. We could have shared the profit. I was just looking up, just looking after my people, after my family. Don't you understand? We had to do this.
At the cost of so many?
The profit was worth it.
No profit is worth that much.
You Federation are a cancer. We will see. I will have Regent's ear. She will listen to me. You will not infect her with your utopian ideals. At this point, the army comes in, the Federation army comes in and arrests her.
Oh.
And the ring is quickly secured by the Fostarian forces. You are beamed down to the planet, to the palace, where the regent says that the corporation's facilities and assets were seized, and right now it's being nationalized. And the CEO will go through trial and probably do a lot of time in prison. You see your shuttles already and transport already beaming down the crates of vaccine, and Fostarian people just already doing the logistics of giving the cure to everyone with highest priority zones first. And Regent just bows to you and says, I'm in huge debt. We are all in huge debt. I'm so sorry for the treatment you've seen from us. I couldn't even. They've been killing us for centuries just for profit. I can't believe this. This is. I trusted her. I thought of her as my friend. Thank you. We don't deserve your help, and I see that our politics of isolation, it was a mistake. And Commander, once we deal with this situation here, once we have the virus in control, I would like to extend an arm to the Federation and start the diplomatic process.
I would be glad to accept you at the table.
Thank you. We never knew that such a powerful entity as the Federation could just help us, this small planet that has been hostile this whole time, just for free. I can't believe this. But I see that we have much to learn from you, and I'm looking forward to the cooperation of our people.
And I look forward to your liberation.
And thus, the operation in distributing the cure continues. The tribbles are in control.
Oh god, how many are there?
There are a lot, and you'll have to find.
How many
where
decks have we had to quarantine now?
Yeah.
just two.
So many.
Just only
two?
two. Oh no, that's fine. Oh no, that's fine.
Huge.
Yeah. So what was going on the ship at the same time is perhaps a different adventure.
Meanwhile, on the ship.
Yeah, I would say get back to the ship, and I'm just like grabbing the lieutenant commander, being like, "What did you let happen?"
Yeah.
I don't know, Commander. I don't know. The captain will be pissed when she returns.
Never mind the captain. I'm pissed.
We got a bigger problem right now, right here.
Yeah, and thus we fade to black, and the ending scene starts, and the Starfleet prevailed again, and you saved another civilization and showed them the errors of the capitalism.
The errors of capitalism.
We are here to serve.
Thank you so much.
We did it.
Thank you. This was a wonderful game, and we were right on time. I didn't have to cut anything. We were ending right on time. This was a wonderful game.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Yes, and thank you all the viewers. Thank you for your donations. This is the last game of the day, so we're saying goodbye. But I believe there are more games to see tomorrow. You can still donate, and there will be more goodies to buy. More. I don't know if they'll have as fun goodies as Tribbles. We will see. And I'm happy that we didn't include the Moopsy bonus, because that's.
I know. We'd have
Anyway, but so thank you everyone, and again, I'm grateful to the Doctors Without Borders for existing, and grateful to Roll for Good for doing these fun events, and just having fun and helping us. And may we all live in a world where medical knowledge is not suppressed for profit. Thank you all. Live long and prosper.
Yes. Live long and prosper.